Artificial intelligence is a powerful tool, and the Jamaican tourism industry could benefit greatly from increasing the use of artificial intelligence. Welcome back, JA lovers. Thank you for joining me. And for folks who are returning, welcome back. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and be a part of this journey with me. I share news relevant to Jamaican topics pretty much across the board, and I today would want to share with you an article that I came across in the Jamaica Gleaner, and this is from a writer named David Jessup, and I've been reading quite a few of his articles, and I've enjoyed the majority of them. I think they're excellent articles, and they really are geared towards development and moving the conversation forward in Jamaica from a number of perspectives. And so this one is entitled Artificial Intelligence Will Change the Nature of Caribbean Tourism. And so I was particularly drawn to this article. I am a self-proclaimed nerd. I do work in IT in my real life, and at my job I do see how the introduction of robots has been changing the way that we do business and has been significantly reducing the number of repetitive tasks that some employees have to do so that they can focus on some of the more analytical tasks and human type tasks that computers are not yet able to do. And so when you think about the potential that AI has for tourism, I think that's a very exciting frontier. And when people think of robots, a lot of times they think of the kind of physical robots, kind of like what you're looking at here on the screen right here. So maybe things like the Roomba that can vacuum your house, or the robots that can mow your lawn. But the robots that we're talking about here are more things that are probably less, or they're more benign. They're things that you might not notice that are happening when you go to a certain website. There might be bots running that are monitoring your behavior. So, for example, you may put something in your cart, and it may take you a while to click on the checkout button, and then the person may think, not the person, the robot may go, oh, do you want some help? Would you like to chat with someone? Because it's monitoring your behavior. Or if you are in like a service-based business where you may be selling something that you may require advice about. It may suggest certain things for you depending on your interaction with the website. So these are the kinds of AI that we're talking about, the ones that are utilizing big data to help consumers make decisions and also to make personalized recommendations based on their behavior. So with that, I'm going to get started with the article here. So he says, among the extraordinary technological advances that will take place globally over the next decade, the most potent for the Caribbean may be artificial intelligence, or AI. This is because its rapid introduction into almost every commercial aspect of tourism means that it will change fundamentally the relationship between visitors, destinations, and profitability. AI is fast becoming a pervasive business tool for those who sell travel, vacations, and services to visitors. And like I said, AI is going to become way more pervasive than anyone even realizes at this time. I mean, companies are developing robots every day in an effort to increase their efficiency and their ways of doing business. And we're talking about industries that are not as fancy as folks would imagine. We're talking about financial services and many other kind of traditional industries that are quickly adopting the use of AI as a part of their normal course of doing business. And so he describes that through the advanced use of logic, it is enabling industry providers to learn in detail about a client's preferences by taking unstructured data and building predictive models. It does this by monitoring potential visitors' daily use of multiple platforms, including their internet preferences and their cell phone usage, and relating this all to other digitally held information, such as the information many supermarkets hold on the groceries they purchase. And he clarifies that, to be clear, this is not about robots taking over people's jobs for the most part. Tourism remains a people-to-people industry. Rather, it is about the emergence of systems able to undertake a growing number of tasks, including reasoning, planning, learning, and problem solving in ways far beyond the capacity of humans to undertake. What this means is that machines now, and even more so in the next decade, will have the ability to analyze accumulated but previously unused data, enabling almost every aspect of a visitor's thinking to be predicted. So I like that he calls out that tourism will always be a service industry. When you go out and you're laying out on the beach somewhere in Jamaica, like you want a human being to be interacting with you, to be bringing you your drinks, to be asking if you're comfortable. You don't want a physical robot to be doing these tasks. You want to interact with a person who's smiling and who's adding to your overall ambiance and experience in the location. So we're talking about AI here potentially impacting the way a potential tourist may analyze, research, and purchase their vacations, and also how they interact with the destination while they're actually there. Given that everybody, even when they're on vacation nowadays, they are tied to their mobile phones, they're at the hip. When I vacation nowadays, I pay for international data plans, and I basically have the same connectivity that I do when I'm at home. What this means is that while I'm on the go, I can quickly research, destinations. I can use my Google Maps to find places. I can buy excursions. I can use my e-tickets or my mobile tickets for my excursions, things like that. My phone now is just a part of the way I live. There was a time when going on vacation meant putting your phone away, and I don't think that is the case anymore for most people. So moving on here in the article, it says, so sophisticated have AI algorithms become that they already enable a seller to follow a traveler from when they first vaguely explore the idea of a vacation to their activities and location when in country and what they feel when they return, to then creating a personalized online approach that will cause them to return. At its most obvious, AI offers multiple commercial benefits. It makes possible the integration of databases and analytics with globally used platforms such as Google, allowing hotels, airlines, and other providers to create a sale and booking experience that anticipates a client's interests and offers bespoke travel solutions. It is a function that is likely to accelerate as AI evolves and adopts conversational voice formats that results in visitors or agents being able to suspend disbelief and discuss, in quotation marks, online preferences and options. And AI also enables real-time interventions, for example, rebooking if a flight is delayed, or by enabling a hotel, restaurant, or tourist board to advertise, this web page is using significant energy. Closing it may improve the responsiveness of your Mac. So let's see if this allows my article to come back here. It's probably going to crash the web page and reboot it. So there we go. We're back. So where was I? Yeah, I think I was here where it was talking about real-time interventions that AI can enable. So for example, if a flight is delayed, or by enabling, you can rebook it, right? Enabling a hotel, restaurant, or tourist board to advise in market via client cell phone options based on their precise locations and preferences. Also, by harnessing and analyzing data from from valuable market segments and then sub-segments, AI can, through social media, then offer in a subtle way options for personalized travel and experiences that relate to an individual's lifestyle. And so at my job, this is something that I'm actually working on right now for selling a completely different product, but this is something that real-time companies are really looking into, figuring out how to implement and how to increase their efficiency at point of sale. And so the implications for competitiveness and profitability are well understood, right, by those who own much of the supply side of the industry, the tour operators, the airlines, the cruise ship companies, and the big hotel chains. And the information that they hold is already being acted on, right? Well, he goes on to say, however, less clear is whether Caribbean tourism professionals, let alone most governments, understand how this will change the way visitors select destinations, how it will alter the way properties or tourist boards relate to guests or the more complex legal and moral issues that location monitoring raises for personal privacy. And so, while AI will undoubtedly bring short term commercial gains to the region, these may be rapidly eclipsed by those who hold the technological muscles to obtain and develop data. Around the world, there are now many rapidly developing new forms of AI that tour operators, airlines, cruise lines, financial services companies, hotel chains — I called out financial services companies, I work for one of those — and internet platforms are racing to control and integrate. This rapidly accelerating process suggests that in the longer term, the ultimate commercial benefits and the control of the industry will go principally to the largest and wealthiest international players able to develop and integrate data on their own AI platforms. For this reason, it may be far more important for the industry in the Caribbean and governments to focus more on those aspects of AI that are domestic and inward facing. That is, those that support in-destination efficiencies, national intersectoral linkages, training, education, and a better understanding of the impact of varying levels of taxation so that the local industry, government, and citizens can truly benefit from AI. So he goes on to detail some ways in which local AI use could benefit folks. So he says local AI use could, for example, see linkages enabling farmers and fisher folk to understand daily demand, personalized offerings being made in real time to travelers on their cell phones, nationally or regionally utilizable mobile money system for travelers, and data-led understanding by legislators of the impact of the sharing economy and cruise visitor spend. And then he also goes into some of the downsides, right? He talks about use of AI for personal profiling and how that's contentious, personal privacy issues, the legality of data ownership, its use and possession. He talks about the infrastructure in the Caribbean being needing upgrades in order to provide cellular network and high-speed broadband across the country so that folks will have access to some of these things on the go. And then he also calls out, poor cybersecurity, that is a big issue that has to be addressed if AI is going to be adopted across the region. And so, he concludes by saying the impact is going to be far-reaching, right? It's going to be far-reaching. It's going to present challenges. The industry is still very conservative, right? And Edmund Bartlett, who is Jamaica's current Minister of Tourism, recently said that it's his intention that Jamaica should become the leading regional player in adapting to and creating digital solutions of the kind that have begun to transform the tourism industry globally. And I'm excited to see that he's wanting to put Jamaica at the forefront of this because, like I said, this is a train that is on the tracks. It's coming. It's already left the station. And what we have to do is make sure that we're on it as well so that we can stay ahead of the curve and be one of the more innovative countries in the Caribbean from a digital technology perspective. And so he concludes by saying, AI can bring new benefits for the Caribbean. However, there needs to be careful analysis of how some of the longer term downsides can be addressed. And, David Jessup, like I said, I think he's a great writer. He has really explored some very interesting issues from a very thoughtful perspective. And so once again, kudos to David Jessup. He's a consultant to the Caribbean Council. I will be sharing some more of his articles on my platform. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that, you will, share, comment, and, subscribe to my channel so that we can continue these kinds of conversations that are crucial to kind of moving us forward as a country. Once again, thank you for checking out my video. Click the subscribe button. Come back to J.A. Lover for more content. And until next time, take care of yourself, my friend. Hang up the phone.